Hello, everybody. Adele Dazim here. Adele Dazim. Oh, actually, it's Sarah from Sarah here.
I thought
Sarah
it was...
and Sarah. We're both here. That's the intro. That's the intro for today.
Love it. We are back to make a video. Some news has just come out about Christen Press and the Friendlies. So that's pretty much what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about a statement Christen Press has made, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the Friendlies that are going to be happening that kind of relate to Christen as well. So as you remember, our last video, we talked a lot about Christen Press. We talked about how she got the homecoming for Angel City FC, and so many people came out. It was awesome to see so many people.
Seemed like a party.
Yeah, so many people
Party
supporting Angel City FC and Christen. You know, things on the outside don't necessarily look like what they're actually going on the inside too, which is the thing I thought about when I heard about this, when I read this.
Right.
So Christen Press has just released a statement. So we're going to read the statement, then we're going to talk about it.
Okay. So Christen Press posted on her Instagram, "I've been a professional player for 10 years, and I'm very proud of the fact that I've been available for nearly every professional match for both club and country. And yet that has come with a focus, intensity, and prioritization that has left little room for much else. I've made the difficult decision to take a couple of months away from the game to focus on my mental health, spiritual growth, and processing grief. I'm sad to miss the upcoming games and seeing all of our wonderful fans. I believe I will come back stronger than ever. Thanks for all your support on my journey."
Okay.
Amen.
Yeah, so she just released that statement, and so that means she won't be at the Friendlies that are going to be in September in Cleveland and Columbus.
Sad.
Yeah, and I know people are going to be disappointed. She knows people are going to be disappointed, but people understand. I think that's the point of it.
Mental health first.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about that in a sec. So she won't be at the Friendlies, and kind of going back to what I was just saying, even you and I, Sarah, in our last video talked about, oh my gosh, it's so great. She's in LA now and things are going so well. Look at, but realistically, it was that, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't have other mental health things going on.
Yeah, you know what I was thinking before she posted this actually, and after we did the video before she posted this, I was like, that's a lot of pressure for her because she's like, the only person on the team.
You told me about that.
First person on the team.
You had told that to me, and I hadn't even thought about that. And then you kept saying that, or you did say it, and I thought, you're right, that is a lot of pressure.
That's like a lot of pressure. Yeah, that's like your team, and it's like you don't want to disappoint. And obviously she won't. She's Christen, a motherfucking
But even
Press,
if she did, it's okay. That's the thing.
Yeah, who cares? I mean, she could score 1 million goals on her own goals, and we'd still love her.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's a lot of pressure for one person to have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, and the hype is so big.
Yeah.
So it's like, and I don't know if this is her mental struggle right now. We're just guessing.
But just saying that could be part of it,
I got anxiety for her. I was like, oh my God, that's like carrying a team.
Yeah,
but,
a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure, too.
So it's like, calm down, Angel City.
When all eyes are on you, too, So she also, on REinc, and not, I don't think we forget, but also for REinc, she's the CEO of REinc. That's so much pressure. Imagine doing that just by itself, not even being a professional soccer player and doing all the things that go along with it. But they are really hands-on, as we have learned. Mm-hmm. Remember when they did the Stacey's Rise project, her and Tobin, or I guess all of REinc, and they did interviews. They said they were talking about how, they're hands-on. They could have just been, go in there with the name and the face, or we're the U.S. Women's National, part of the team. And then, but they said no, they wanted to be hands-on. They didn't want to just go in there and say they know everything. So with that, there's a lot of pressure because they were really hands-on as well. And actually, Christen put a post on her on REinc. Did you see this one, Sarah? I'm going to have you read it.
I didn't. No, let's see. Oh, I did see this.
So this was posted on August 30th. And this was like a little maybe foreshadowing to the announcement.
Okay, so it says, "I've spent the last 2 years ferociously building the strength in muscle and mind to compete at an Olympics unlike any other, and building a business that puts good things into the world and helps reimagine the status quo. And now it is time to rest and reflect."
Yeah, so that was about 2 weeks ago, not quite 2 weeks ago. And I mean, she needs to rest and reflect.
Yeah, she's been working hard for years and years. That was hard to read with all the backward E's.
I think the idea of people dealing with mental health is so important, because I think for the longest time, people never prioritized that. It wasn't a thing. It wasn't mental health. And, now with Naomi Osaka coming out with it.
Yes, I was going to say that.
Yeah, and Simone Biles.
Yeah.
And now Christen. There's such a conversation. And two things about it. One, it doesn't necessarily just have to be a woman thing. You know what I mean? Like, I think men should be able to come out and say, I need to deal with my mental health. I think
there have been male athletes in the past. I
don't think it's as prominent as them just saying my mental health. I'm sure there has been notable athletes who have said
I don't even think about their mental health.
Yeah, I don't think and I think
a lot of people dismiss it.
So I just think that it's great that, it's becoming so prominent to be able to say I'm working on my mental health. Because the way I look at it is people who are older or people who says, oh, these athletes are soft. It's like, that's so unfair to say, oh, someone's soft because they can't deal with being an athlete. They talk about Naomi Osaka being the highest paid woman athlete, but that goes part of the job is interviews. But the way I've always looked at it is every single generation, I want to make better, and I don't see how focusing on mental health is a bad thing,
No, yeah. It's like there's so much pressure from everything and everyone just coming at you, all different avenues that,
right.
She's in and whatnot, or athletes are in, they just have an intense and an immense amount of pressure. So
right.
It's like, you got to take time away from it.
Yeah.
And there's stuff, it's bigger than soccer,
Because I think these athletes have always had this pressure. I don't think this is a new thing. I think just people are allowing themselves to say, hey, I need to take time, and they know that it will be more supported than it was like maybe 20, 30 years ago.
Right.
You know what I mean? So the other thing I kind of want to talk about is she talks about dealing with grief. And, we're not going to spend a long time talking about this, but I actually want to just relate that to almost to my own personal experiences. Christen lost her mom 2 years ago, a little over 2-3 years ago. She lost her mom, and her mom was young, and she was young. And just talking about grief in general, it's not even about Christen, but as many of you know, my mom passed away almost 2 months ago. And I've been telling Sarah, you never feel the same. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter if it's a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 10 years. I've talked to people. You literally feel like a different person. Even like when Sarah and I do these videos, it's like we used to be on camera and stuff, and I'm almost to the point where it's just I'm a different person to where I can't even be. It's my mental state is different. I just started crying today because someone said popcorn, and my mom loved popcorn, and dealing with grief, even though it happened 2-3 years ago. It doesn't matter if she needs time to deal with, if that is the grief she's talking about, because I don't know if it is, but just if it is something you have to do with her mom, you never feel the same. Especially, her mom was really young. My mom was older, not that it makes it any easier or not easier, but her mom was really young, and you never feel the same. Just people, and I've known people who've lost children as well. You never feel the same. So
horrible.
And
is the worst.
Any type of grief, you have to be able to deal with emotionally. Thank God I have Sarah, because if I didn't have Sarah and I didn't have someone to talk to, it would be like a therapist, yes, but you'd be able to process it.
And I think of course she wanted her mom, probably to see her, homecoming.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's important. That would have been so special. Christen's mom probably would have loved, seeing her, her dream of playing in LA. It said 2 months, so she won't be at these friendlies. And maybe even October, it sounds like she's not going to go to those friendlies either.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, I had the idea maybe she was going to go to London. Now I'm thinking maybe she won't go, just because
she just probably wants to spend a good 2 months in LA at home with family.
Yeah, exactly.
To just chill.
Yeah.
Not have to travel anywhere.
Right, because even if she went to London, Tobin's training all day. She couldn't even be home with Tobin. She'd be by herself.
The whole world is falling apart. So everyone needs to just
I kind of saw that too.
Chill.
Even though everyone had the quarantine break to relax or whatever you want to say, it's like that's not relaxing to a lot of people. And Christen still was working on REinc stuff. So even though everyone had kind of a few months where you couldn't even leave your house or your apartment, that doesn't mean it's relaxing, resting. Yeah, you might not be going to training every day, but you still... I don't want people to think, well, she already had all that time during quarantine, even though she did go play in Manchester in September.
Girl, you can't measure that.
Yeah.
You need mental health days when you need them. And Illinois just passed a law that's starting in, I don't know when it's going to start, maybe 2022 or something, that kids are allowed 5 mental health days from school.
Good. That's awesome.
Which is good. Everyone should do that.
Okay, so we're going to quickly go over the roster. So the roster did come out. And just talking about Christen, we wish Christen a healthy time off and hopefully to reset.
All the time she needs.
Oh, she's earned it. Just like Tobin, she has given so much to U.S. soccer. But the thing is, even if she hadn't given anything to U.S. soccer, her mental health comes first.
Yeah, even if someone just joined the league and they need a break, hey, you need a break,
So let's look at the roster really
Marta
quick.
made the Guinness Book of World Records.
Did she?
She did.
Ledge. Okay, so goalkeeper Jane and 80. I think Alyssa is still injured. I just saw that she might be able to come for the October games, but she's still out. Abby, Tierna, Crystal, Casey, Kelly, Becky, Emily. Oh, this is pretty much just the Olympic squad plus a few extra players that they're bringing on. Then midfielders, Lindsay, Rose, Katarina, Christy, and Andy. And then forwards, Tobin, Carly, Alex, Mal, Sophia, and Lynn. So, yeah.
I thought Carly was retired for a second. Oh,
I know.
I remember she wasn't.
As you could see, no Pinoe, no Sammy Bananas, no JJ, no Julie Ertz. JJ. People still call
JE.
Oh, yeah, JE. So, Pinoe, she is injured.
Yeah.
So, she is injured. She's out. Sammy Bananas, she had knee surgery. So
I performed it myself.
And then no Julie Ertz. Yeah, so they are not playing. So Mal is back. Good to see Mal back.
Wait. Mal is back?
Mal is back.
Wow.
Good to see Mal. Sophia there. And this has been a theme. A lot of people talking about the changing the guards. Carly's retiring. Megan Rapinoe's 35. So it's like the younger players, it's going to be a new look. It's going to be, in 4 years, it's going to probably be a whole new look for, A, all the forwards, but B, for a lot of the team.
We're all going to be grannies by then.
They'll be okay with it, just relaxing. So that will be exciting. I'm excited. People are still mad at Vlatko about they thought Vlatko had a lot to do with why they did, poorly, poorly in the Olympics.
Never forget.
So people are still kind of questioning his decisions and whatnot, but we will see. They're going to play some amazing games.
Yeah, somewhere. They're just friendlies, but that's okay.
That wasn't me and Sarah think. There's too many friendlies in soccer. It's like in baseball, there's no friendlies.
I just fell on the floor and passed out because she said baseball.
No, okay, I take that back. Baseball has spring training. Questions, comments down below. What do you guys think? Are you excited for the games coming up? Mental health. What do you think about society's outlook on mental health now? I mean, I don't see how people can say it's a bad thing to take mental health priority. What do you guys think? Questions, comments down below, and we will be back on our next exciting video.
Yes. Have a wonderful day and happy Halloween soon.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.